Turku is considered the oldest city of Finland, and also the Finnish electronic scene has its roots here. Pansonic, Jori Hulkonen, Sase or Mika Vainio are only a few artists from the city, also called the Gate to Europe. The late 80s were the time of the first raves in Turku. Today, however, the scene seems a little trapped in hibernation. But no, one duo desperately struggles against this and is extremely awake. Despite the Finnish cold, they produce warm analog electro sound. Tatu Metsäteti and Tatu Peltonen, aka Mr. Velcro Fastener, have perfected their very own recipe for a mix between electro and IDM influences since 1992. Crisp and clear like good Finnish vodka. Meanwhile, the duo has released 3 albums and some singles, and have proved that Finland has a lot more to offer than nature.
It's a really good thing, you know. Just
Yeah.
living here, middle of nowhere, almost.
Because being in such a small town, and there was tradition of techno parties still, like DJs and everybody, and it was easy to get in and start doing your own thing and like try out playing live. Like in a big city, it would be much more difficult. And now we were like immediately when we started producing, we knew people. We were like invited to play their parties and stuff like this, and it was like we got really good experience on doing stuff. Turku is good for doing music because it's so quiet. You have to fill it up with your own sounds.
Yeah. As you can hear, you know, it's nothing.
Yeah.
And now back to civilization.
We started to make music late 1992 and did more like electronic listening music that time, many years.
First we started with like hardcore techno,
Yeah.
but it was really short.
Yeah, okay.
Seriously, we got to do music with real studio equipment at Tatu's father's studio in mid-Finland. And that was really, really good education for us. We got to use all this equipment for a week, and we had no idea before, but we learned a lot, and that's how it all started.
Resist. Revolt. Resist.
The big influences in the beginning was Orbital, Warp Records, The Orb, what else?
Yeah.
Alternate, of course, but
that was
more like broken stuff from the beginning, and like down tempo and listening stuff. Not.
Yeah, back then, like early 90s, you know, all the kids, our friends was listening just like +8 and all the that kind of 4/4 Detroit stuff like that time, and somehow for us, just back then, you know, it was always like
It was too easy. We wanted to get something more in depth, like kind of more interesting side. I don't know how, but it somehow was more appealing to us.
We did this many years, but somewhere 1996 maybe, we were like, God damn, you know, it would be nice to get something out also. So how about try to do something
to dance to?
Yeah, to dance to. Yeah. How are you doing, Tatu?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, pretty fine. It's a nice Sunday here
In Turku, city of Turku.
lots of action going on.
Yep.
There's some crazy Finnish people swimming
Yep.
in a hole.
Of ice.
Yes.
And
And we are not freezing at all.
how was it?
Nice. Yes, now we go to the sauna and then we swim a lot of them. But not, this is the first time.
For me, really important was the underground resistance electro, which is not like very European sounding. That was more of this techno, but in your style electro. That was really important back then, and Carl Finro was something that we listened also a lot, like what was it, Voice Stealer.
Yeah, and of course Trek Saya was.
That was really
It was a really big
important.
thing.
Yeah,
It's mainly almost, was Trek Saya.
that was the biggest.
Yeah.
After maybe Aux 88 was big too. Because we started so in early stage, we kind of like did what we listened to, but we got to our own, like really own direction with that music, and then started making electro. It was like we already had our own style, and so it wasn't. It wasn't even possible for us to start doing what somebody else was doing in electro scene. So we had already our own sound, but we started just. A little bit changed it to more danceable.
Yeah, there's own path always, and some influences just coming
all around.
Yeah. Back then it was so much like an open-minded thing, You didn't think that much what's gonna happen if you do this thing like that way, or this track, or who will release it, or who will do the distribution. Back then it was just like, let's do it and let's see. Now there's so much possibilities. So
it used to be kind of a challenge to find, and it was really interesting to find for new artists and music. Now it's just overflow. Everything is in the net, and you can find everything. You can get everything like MP3s, just like that. It's not very interesting. I think it's like going to a supermarket or something instead of going to a flea market to find something that cannot be found so easily.
That's the thing. We started with the 808, of course. Like I think everyone else, in the electro scene, it's 808.
Yeah.
But
basically, I think we hardly have anything from the 90s. It's like 80s synths mostly, but it's doesn't have to be analog, doesn't have to be FM, or it could be anything. Not just needs to be hardware and just need to be interesting, good sounding.
Take your pocket, take your world. Take your pocket, take your world. Take your pocket, take your world. Your fucking world.
We used to have a dogma not to use samples. That was like back in 96, 97 when we started Velcro. But it was just for some years. If we used samples, we were sampling ourselves. I mean, like sampling from keyboards or something. We never sampled other bands, but now we do little illegal stuff as well.
I think these strings things are coming straight from Detroit. Definitely somehow, you know.
Must be, yeah.
Yeah, because somehow always when we try to make track without strings,
doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen because then you are listening and something missing. God damn, where's the strings? And at the final process, we put them in last minute or something, you know. But there's got to be something atmospheric there in the background to keep it. Maybe that's the thing why.
I would say, like two things is the melodic side of electro and then the arrangement. It's it's not just jamming around. It's very planned structures of songs. It's like more song-like than just DJ loop.
In any Finnish music, there's always this side of sadness, the sound of sadness, and somehow always been. And then for us, I think we always, as a kid, we loved electronic music that was sad, not any happy
hardcore,
happy hardcore shit. No, but always it's always been like more melancholic. It's here, yeah.
It's written in our DNA in Scandinavia. But it's because of the long dark period of the winter. So we are so sad and suicidal, and well, I think it's like emotion without being corny. Something like this.
Okay.
I had an idea, but I forgot it.
So it's easier to be cool when you are making this kind of.
Right.
Okay. Okay, that's why we do it. Okay.